Well, hey everyone, and welcome to That Fallout Show, episode 21. I am Rick McVick, and with us tonight, as always, is Shalene.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing today?
And also with us is Freddytron.
Hello.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, your Friday evening, wherever you may be on this part of the globe or the other part. You figure out which one that one is. We have a ton to get through tonight, but before we start anything, we have a pretty cool announcement. Shalene, take it away.
I know some of you who listen to GameStack have already heard this announcement, but I'm going to E3.
Hey, how about that? Woohoo!
I'm very excited about it. Very excited. I will be attending the Bethesda Showcase, which will be of particular interest to That Fallout Show listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very cool. And I'm going to stay for the whole week, check out the show floor. I've lined up a couple of demos and interviews, and I'm working on reaching out to developers to see what I can check out while I'm there at E3. So let me know, guys, what kind of things you want me to check out, what kind of what games you want me to see, what kind of coverage you want.
Well, I would love it if you could get me a new Gucci bag while you're there.
Okay, I'll go hit Rodeo Drive.
Yeah, and possibly some Tiffany. Would love. I'm always looking for some new Tiffany in my life, so
we'll absolutely do that. Yes,
great. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that I might do like a little short podcast every evening when I get back and just
you should vlog it
about what I've done.
Yeah,
but most of our audience is audio, so I thought that might be better to do audio than like videos.
Yeah.
So that's the thought right now. If that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. That would go
great.
on the GameStack feed.
Yeah, you should. So you've got a press pass, right?
Yes.
So that means that you can ask questions.
Presumably, yes.
Well, this will be great. Are we gonna schedule any live time, or probably not? I don't think that we don't really have a cameraman for you, so.
I mean, I guess I could get a selfie stick.
Nice.
Oh man.
Are you guys gonna do the BE3 live stream? Tradition?
Well, I mean, now that I won't be running the ship myself,
I would like
think,
to.
Yeah, we could probably find the time to do it and have you on, and maybe find some guests like we had last year as well.
Yeah, I was supposed to go, but it ended up financially that I couldn't, which is a big old bummer. Because after I broke the news to you two about it, I got an email saying you got into the Netflix. I'm like,
yeah, I got that one too.
And then I got another one today that you're like, this you can't talk about, and you got into it. I'm like,
You know what? The worst part of that too is not only did you get screwed over, but my thesis committee decided that they were going to postpone my thesis defense.
So you could have gone.
Which means that I could have gone.
Does anyone want to pay my way?
So there we have it. And
$1,000.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it a little bit more after the fact, and I don't have any press passes or anything. So even if I wanted to go, I'd be like the kids staring in through the window.
Get the press pass. You have the same credentials that we have. If they gave it to us, they're going to give it to you.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's kind of late in the game now, though. Yeah. And I mean, in all honesty, I can't really afford it anyway. So.
Yeah. I am a little heartbroken. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little heartbroken
Me
that
too.
You're not going.
I think if we plan it, 6 months to a year, for next year, and we commit to that, I definitely can do it.
I'm also really sad because this year I was going to have somebody to eat lunch with and stuff.
Why are you rubbing this in?
Last year, I so bad, I wanted to make friends and meet cool people, and nobody would talk to me. I kept trying to strike up conversations in the lines and stuff, and nobody was having it. So
you're killing me.
People
Smalls.
are jerks, man. People, they don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Millennials.
So Anyway, that was the longest, most irrelevant intro ever.
No, totally relevant. And I'm very excited that we can have you on the show as a guest coming live from E3. That will be great. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, you're going to leave Rick and I unattended again. You know what that means, right? Bad things are going to happen.
It means there's going to be a really successful show that doesn't get derailed on like makeup.
It's not at all true. Bender's going to have his spice box, and I'm going to have countless beers when we do this BE3 thing, and it's going to be...
it's going to be bad.
It's going to be one hell of a ride. So, yeah, if you have any questions or if you have specific stuff that you want Shalene to cover while she's out in California at E3, email us at info@WeJustLoveGames and put in the subject line, I can't believe Shalene gets to go to all the cool things and do all the cool podcasts, :E3. So anyway, how you can help our show grow. And by the way, one last thing. I think we'll be able to plan next year for this trip, knowing now that we're able to get into these things. Yeah. So now we can actually start planning these things out and asking people for money. I mean, saving money from jobs that we have and go. So if you...
Yeah, it's actually probably not the most responsible thing for me to be taking this trip either, but at least I don't have like children depending on me to eat. So...
Yeah, like I'm staring down the barrel of a
45
no salary shotgun in the next 13 to 14 months. So, taking an international holiday is probably not the best idea.
What do you mean? It's like you just like hop across the border.
Plus, I got into the States twice without any, hassle. I'm a little worried about going back because, I've shares and things. And so
Vendor smokes pot. And
no,
so
I don't.
How you can
I
help
never
us
thought they'd let me in the country.
All right. Anyway, we have a show to do.
Yes, show.
Help us promote the show so we can guaranteed get in next year to BE3 and E3. You can share us on your social medias. You can send us email because that makes us feel all warm and fuzzy inside. You can like, subscribe, and retweet our social media postings. And most importantly, you can tell all of your friends about us, host us on Twitch, etc., etc., etc. Tonight on the show, we've got some news, gameplay, some lore, weapon of the week, miss the challenge. We will have one of those, and maybe
we didn't
pictures. Did I have to get the pictures ready?
Do the pictures.
So anyway, and then emails. So while we get started on this show of a show,
it's been a month since we've done one of these. We forgot how it goes.
The gears are getting oiled as we do this.
Yes. I will just list off very slowly all of the 5-star review shout-outs while you pull all the challenge entries. We've got quite a few people from the US leaving us some 5-star review shout-outs, you guys. And even better, we have people leaving us little messages now with the 5-star review shout-out.
Oh, no, they all have messages. There are just usually so many that we don't include them. I just included this particular review because it was very clever.
Oh, okay.
And you've got to stress these words that are
that are in the
the different.
What is that, like Durant font?
Like Garamond.
Oh, I'm such a font fiend. Okay, anyways, we have on the top of the list, Z Slicer 5. Welcome and thank you for the 5-star review shout out. We also have Weekend Tacos. Why you have tacos only on the weekend, I'll never know. But
I love tacos.
I could eat tacos every day.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday.
Side note, derailing. I made a batch of pico de gallo last night and I put a single jalapeno pepper in it and it's so bloody hot. Nobody will eat it. I'm the only person in the house eating it.
Did you really say jalapeno?
Jalapeno? Yeah. In Canada, we say jalapeno. Jalapeno. Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jalapeno.
You gotta say it with the accent. It is one of my favorite things, Shalene, when you just talk normally, then you say one thing that's like quasi-Spanish, and you're like, jalapeno. Like just switch.
Anyways, moving
love
on,
it.
or we'll never get through the show. Emerald Foundry, thank you for the 5-star review shout out. And Mr. Ham Italian. Ooh.
Sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. We also have Awesome Man 55555, and we want to read out this review because we thought it was just so clever. They say, awesome show, started a little late with Fallout with F4. At first I was a little off. I was late, but at first I listened to the show that shall not be named and loved it. I'd like to record my gameplay, but can't seem to figure it out yet. Anyway, love your show. Don't stop at 63 episodes next time, please. You guys are awesome and make me happy every day as I catch up to current live episodes. Keep it up. P.S. You just said that Fallout show that shall not be named in the review. What? I had no idea.
What?
Blasphemy.
Oh.
It was cute. It was cute, huh?
Anyways, thank you for the 5-star review shoutouts. We also have some wonderful new people flooding into our Discord. Guys, we are like reaching 300.
What?
We are approaching 300 in the Discord.
Nice.
We're well over 250 people. And so we're going to have to get some more catering, and it's just going to be this big thing. Anyways, welcome to Aaron1120, who is new to the Discord and also has now joined the ARC server. So welcome to both of those arenas. Smilin' Garak, A1A, welcome to the Discord as well. And Long Life Tiki, who sounds very familiar. That sounds like a very familiar username.
Yeah, that's a person who's been around for a while.
It's not the Tiki cosplay, is it?
No, that's Chicky cosplay.
Oh, okay.
Long Life Tiki has entered some of our challenges, I think, in the past. And
yeah.
I think we've had a game stack review from them as well.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. Well, thank you for joining the Discord. We always love to have people who listen long time join us in the online community. We also have Stew Dog, Rage, Brian the Witcher, and last but certainly not least, Mobius Strip.
So both Rage and Brian the Witcher were from the channel that shall not be named.
Hey, how about that?
Welcome home, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the real home. Yeah, if you would like to get onto the Discord,
9.
all you gotta go. What are you saying?
What?
I'm doing a bit
the
here.
The support group meets at 9. I'm bringing canapes.
Oh! I see. Yes, we are the Canada of podcasts, welcoming all refugees. We will not throw you out.
Suffering under the tyrant.
If you would like to
Only
get into the
lifers
Discord
get this.
community, Discord community is our ongoing chat after dark place where you can talk to us in almost real time. Except Rick, he doesn't really read the chat all that much.
Almost never.
Almost never.
I have a house to take care of.
We have a new channel in the Discord that may look familiar to some of you. The E3 channel is back, so make sure you put your predictions in there if you would like to, or just get involved in the conversation around E3.
That's also a great place to recommend stuff for me to check out.
Yes.
Based on Cooney's recommendation, I went ahead and shot an email over to the people working on Dying Light 2. So
nice.
Maybe I'll get to check that out. I don't know. I can
just see you with like a makeshift cardboard booth outside the front doors of E3 with like marker that says WJLG on it.
I want a microphone with the little block around it that says WJLG.
Oh, you should order one on Amazon.
Yeah.
And then like it could be like a recorder one too, and be like, how do you feel about that?
It's not even plugged into anything.
Talk about how I can potentially record like developer interviews.
Yeah.
We can talk about that after the show.
Not doing the show on the show.
Yes, not doing the show. Anyways, we would love to have you in the Discord. So if you're not in there, get in there, because if you're on the member list, you are automatically entered into draws that we have on the show.
Ooh.
So,
cool.
Anyways, that's all we've got for new people and 5-star review shoutouts.
Wonderful. Thank you to everyone joining us in the chat and beyond. So, speaking of new things, we've got some news.
If you
what happened in the world of Fallout? Shalene.
A lot of things, Rick. A lot of things. We've got some news. We've got some news for you. First off, I just wanted to enter a little personal side note into the news. Previously, we had reported about a mysterious Bethesda listing that was available for pre-order from Amazon, and I had pre-ordered it for strictly research purposes.
Of course.
My pre-order was canceled since the last show, so they said that it was an availability issue and that it was canceled. So we may never know what the story behind that was, or maybe we'll find out at BE3. I don't know. And the next thing we're going to just have a little chat about is YouTuber Juicehead. We've talked about him before. He does some great videos. He's a really good channel, Juicehead. And he accidentally scrapped his PipBoy during the Fallout 76 beta. It was
What?
a pretty weird glitch.
That's possible?
Scrapped his PipBoy. It left a gap in his arm. And he thought, well, can you play Fallout without the PipBoy? And that's a really interesting question because you do use the PipBoy so much. This is an article from PC Gamer. The PipBoy inventory management, equipping weapons and armor, tracking quests, playing holotapes,
Interesting.
using VATS. Without the PipBoy, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So Juicehead started a character and remapped the PipBoy to another key so that he wouldn't accidentally use it. And for inventory management, he used the quick menu and he assigned numbers to weapons and chems that he was using.
Smart.
You can't assign armor to the quick menu, so he just wasn't able to equip armor at all. That was an armor.
Oh, that's good.
And instead of instantly playing holotapes, he would get them and play them at terminals. So he was able to make his quests go forward that way.
Using a payphone.
I like the immersion,
Yeah.
though.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that great?
For our audio listeners, if you ever get a chance to see the YouTube clip, it's basically his arm, and then it stops just after the elbow, and there's a gap, and then his hand is like just there. It's so good.
Might I also make mention that, even though this is the apocalypse and, we're all used to playing this game and living in wooden shacks or, depending on what build set you have, brick houses. She's a brick. Anyway, so thinking about going through this game without a PipBoy is like, oh man, how would you ever survive? And we forget that no one else pretty much in all of the wastelands has a PipBoy.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, you couldn't survive without it in the wilds. And then they're like, people out there, it's like, hey, I can't control my inventory. I can't even equip armor.
I think I would just be more upset that I couldn't listen to the radio.
I've got to go find a terminal to play this holotape. I can't
You
just
got to go
stick it in
stand
my
next to the
forearm.
radio. Hold on, we can't leave yet. My favorite song is on. Like, let's just wait till this is done.
How are they recording all these holotapes without PipBoy? How are they recording them?
Terminals.
Terminals but they're not always near a terminal.
That's exactly it.
Oh, this troubles me. So he also couldn't do inventory management, so he would be over encumbered, and he would have to find a container to leave stuff in to keep from being over encumbered.
Mm-hmm.
He also was unable to use perk cards.
Oh,
man.
And his screen just had the list of quests because he couldn't unselect any quest. It was ridiculous, but it was a really cool project, and Juicehead is always doing great stuff like that, so I recommend his channel.
Did he win?
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. You know what else I would love to share, Vendertron, is the patch notes for the most recent patch 9.
Ooh.
We missed the patch 8 notes, but we're just gonna throw that in the trash.
Just gonna forget those.
It never
ever
happened.
happened. Yeah.
Forget them. Because nobody wants to listen to 2 sets of patch notes in a single podcast.
I don't.
I mean, I barely want to listen to one. So
Okay. Stop putting it off. Okay.
this patch came out on May the 7th, and this is the one that added the Pioneer Scouts. The Pioneer Scouts quest. It includes some challenges, an event, and the ability to earn a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And the backpack can increase your carry weight. You can apply mods that will customize the appearance and add some different options to your backpack. You can set up vending machines to sell to fellow dwellers, which is pretty cool. And when you power up that vending machine, it shows your location on the map. It's really neat. I noticed yesterday that when you hover over one of these green camps, it shows what items they have for sale as well. It shows the categories of items. So,
you know, once again, it's really nice to know that the Bethinder interns, the Bethinterns are listening to the show now that we have backpacks.
I've got to say, I've been doing a lot of this stuff, and I can't wait to talk about it. But whew, boy, is it endgame.
Yeah. It's pretty grindy too, or so I've heard.
Gosh.
I haven't played much of the new content.
Yeah.
There are also legendary exchange machines at train stations where you can turn in legendary items and exchange them for legendary script, which you can in turn trade to the legendary vendor who is named Merg.
Wow, nailed it.
It's a very complicated name. So she is a very fabulous mole miner who wears a very fabulous babushka.
Oh my
love
gosh.
Her.
It's like the Tabitha of mole miners.
She is. She's like Tabitha. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
If you
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but if you, vendor, for instance, or Shalene, if you ever walked into Gucci, or if, I don't know if Gucci has stores, but...
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so if you've ever walked into Gucci and you, like, walk up and put the purse or whatever it is that you want on the table and this legendary vendor was behind the counter, do you think you would be able to buy from a shop where it's like, did you find everything okay? And it would kind of be terrifying. like... Don't pull out a missile launcher.
But I mean, like,
fine.
we used to buy stuff from ghouls. We used to, like, you know.
Yeah, but they just sound like Tom Waits.
Easy, smooth skin.
I would have no problem exchanging things with such a fabulous babushka wearing mole miner. So they also implemented the new PvP rules that protect camps in adventure mode, so you can no longer destroy other people's camps in adventure mode, unless I think there are circumstances. I think if they are hostile to you, you can destroy. But I'm glad about that because I'm always accidentally hurting people's camps, and then I get a bounty, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time too.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go through all of these details because we have a lot of show, but this was a big patch. This one had a lot of things. They changed the inside of Morgantown Airport.
Yes.
I've heard. I haven't visited it.
I walked in there and was like,
it's very different. Yeah.
Where am I?
What is this place?
They remodeled, but they left it all destroyed. I don't know who was designed, who did this.
There is one item on the show on the patch notes that I would like to point out that they've added.
Please do.
Several new wake up locations have been added to Nuka Shine.
Oh, it's
fantastic.
That is your favorite thing.
This is extremely relevant to you, Vendertron.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I've exhausted all of the current Nuka Shine locations. So bring on the new hangovers.
That is just fabulous.
Ayla Wow asks in chat, so now with the PvP servers, is there no PvP on survival/regular mode? It's called adventure mode, and yes, there is still PvP, but there is no more ping or slap damage, and also the destruction of forts doesn't happen unless you're in combat with said team or player. The other...
You have the ability to truly opt out now.
And I got my base destroyed kind of by two spammers the other night because I thought it got, I thought that was already active, but no, they blew my mirror up. Jerks. So, yeah.
Wow. Sounds like you would probably do better living in a vault.
Probably.
Yes. And inside the vault, you might find some news. About an upcoming patch 9.5. So this new Inside the Vault update from this week provides some information about the Project Paradise event. They are just keeping the content train rolling with this game. It is like a relentless barrage of things to do. And I know that this is a good thing, but like I'm so behind on this new content. I still haven't finished the photos from the camera challenge. Guys, it's too much.
I've been waiting for you to do that.
It's too much. We'll do that tonight after the show. We'll go do some photography. It'll be great. So I'm just going to read this opening paragraph from Inside the Vault. This week, we're taking you beneath Arctos Pharma. At this new underground location, players will dive into the latest event for 76, Project Paradise, which you can sink your teeth into starting next week on Tuesday, May 21st. That same day, we are also planning to release patch 9.5, which will contain a number of fixes for bugs that have surfaced in recent patches. Thanks to all of you for the valuable feedback that has allowed us to squash these bugs like rad roaches. And they show a screenshot from Arctos Pharma, and it reminds me of that garden area from BioShock. Really.
I love it. I love it.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. They had a research facility down there with labs that had different biomes. They were doing experiments because, of course, they were.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start this at Arctos Pharma, head into the lobby, jump in the elevator, and there you go. You can just go fight this crazy Deathclaw in the forest. And I think that this looks like it's something that's going to be more satisfying to players than the Burrows was.
The Burrows? Did I miss that?
The Burrows? Did you miss the Burrows?
I think I did.
The Burrows was the first raid.
Oh, we didn't even play that yet.
We haven't played that yet.
No.
But players did not like it. They did not like it.
No?
So, no. That was the by and large synopsis of the Burrows. It was not received very well.
Hey, it was the first one.
This looks fabulous. This looks like a really unique area with this flora and fauna. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I like
I'm
it.
excited to check it out.
Yeah, and there's plans for the future as well for this space.
Nice.
And other quests, I believe.
I really like how Fallout 76 Appalachia, it's a real living world. It's a living, breathing world that can change.
Mm-hmm.
And part of me hates that because I hate change. And I want to know, I want to be able to count on, I've been here, I'm familiar with this, I want it to be the same. But at the same time, I really admire that they are doing that. I admire that they've done some brave things with this game. And they haven't all been wins, but they've stuck to it. And I feel pretty good about what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this time last year, we were all, at least I was saying, it's going to be bad for the first 6 months.
You called it.
And then just wait. This time next year, we're all going to be happy with it.
Remember, you guys, a year ago, it was about a year ago that this game was announced. And we saw that tease with the weird live stream, and we were like, is this going to be Fallout? Should we podcast? What's happening?
I'm sold.
Oh, it's so good.
Remember that year when they announced the, what was it? The Creation Club?
I didn't hate Creation Club. I still think
what a flop.
Flopped harder than a fish out of water.
Yeah. Anyways.
That was bad.
Yeah. So I've got nothing to segue into this next one. That's just thanks.
I was
guys.
trying. I was
Thanks
trying really hard.
That was
Segues are
you
taxing.
You let me down. Segues are taxing, and so is Bethesda. This is kind of funny. So the vending machines are a thing, and they when you sell something, there's like a 10% tax. You only receive 90% of the sale price from the items that you sell. And I feel like the media made a really big deal out of this. I saw probably a dozen articles about this, but I really haven't seen any players complaining about it. And I follow a lot of Fallout type people, and I usually see the big complaints. It's I feel like they kind of took this and ran with it, and the people writing these articles are not actually playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that criticism with not playing the game going around. I for one don't really understand. I guess I understand the taxes, but it would be more of a problem if it was like Atom credits or something. But it's not. It's a fake in-game currency with a fake in-game taxes because you have the convenience of not being near someone when they buy something from your inventory. Ooh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really don't see this as a big deal at all.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think it's I think I have more of an issue with how expensive things are. Not necessarily in-game, but in the Atom shop.
Oh, well, this is...
That's a different issue, yeah.
I know, but I just think that there are some unbalanced economy issues within the Fallout 76 universe.
I may or may not have gotten the $40 Atom thing.
No kidding.
And I bought like 5 items with it.
Yeah.
5.
That's not enough.
Not worth it.
No, that's that. I love y'all, Bethesda, but the price is a little high. You got Gucci prices.
Yeah.
On Levi's kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
is so last year.
That's so last
the
update.
Atom store prices are a little extreme, but you can just not buy the stuff.
Yeah. But y'all are addicts and you just gotta buy.
I do love though that I am the one with the reputation for buying microtransactions. People are constantly tweeting at me stuff like, "Oh yeah, I bought some too. This is what I got." Guys, I haven't spent a single penny on microtransactions for 76. Not a single one. So.
Yeah, I don't think that I ever will.
I mean, I might.
Never say never.
Not saying that I won't, but so far I haven't, and I think it's really funny that I have that reputation. Anyway, this next one, we're going to call this a human interest story. This was an article posted by Polygon about a group that we were aware of previously because they are in our Facebook group. We hear from these guys now and again. This is a sort of in-game Fallout 76 guild called EATT, E-A-T-T, and they are cannibals. They roleplay cannibals.
Oh, kind of like the Fens.
Like the Fens.
The Fens
yes.
of 76.
They did kind of base it around the white gloves, according to this Polygon article.
That's what I was trying to think of.
I really thought it was great, and I just wanted to read you the opening part of this because it's so good. Trisha Moon still remembers her first time. She had been exploring the mole-infested Blackwater mine long enough that she had run out of food and water, with nary a can of dog food in sight. She was lost and quickly losing hope. "I thought I was going to die," Moon told Polygon. That's when she noticed someone else in the mines with her, busy fighting a crab-like mirelurk. He didn't see her coming from the shadows, super sledge in hand. By the time he did, it was too late. "I couldn't hold back the hunger and thirst," Moon recalls. "I went in for the first bite and I never turned back."
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
So, for those of you wondering what EAT stands for, it stands for the Establishment of Appalachian Taste Testers.
Yes. So if you enjoy eating the long pork, you can join
Wait,
EAT.
What did you just say?
Eating the long
That's
pork.
a thing.
You've never heard of
The
that?
long pork?
Well,
Yeah.
clearly you're not a cannibal. So
My mind only goes to one thing.
Well, just
no.
shut off that part of your mind. Shut off that part of your mind, Rick. Just that's the only part you have. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Rick is dead now. R.I.P. Guess we'll have to eat him.
Moving on.
Jeez.
Guys, I this freaks me out. I'm not gonna lie. This freaks me out. This whole thing. Like, it weirds me out. And there's a lot of cannibalism in Bethesda games, and every time I run into it, I feel like, are you guys okay? Like, should somebody check on Bethesda with this stuff?
Like the thing is like it's NPC cannibalism, but now we've got a community of people.
Yes, these
actively
are real
participating
people.
in the act.
You could always pick a perk where you could eat dead people.
Yes. Yeah. I bet you they all have the lead belly perk too.
Just a nibble.
So, yeah, just a little shout out to these guys who have been
Yeah. A
part
good
of our
shout out to them, but
while, and I like guys.
I just want to point out that I think that there's some kind of backlash with
Go ahead.
well, because if you look later on in the article, they talk about how some people are actually taking offense to what EAT stands for and how they're trying to destroy a great community.
What?
Yeah.
Community of what?
Community of gamers.
How are they trying to
like
destroy a community by making their own?
Culture, cannibalism.
No, he means that he thinks people want to tear down these cannibals because they're cannibals.
Oh, yeah.
In a video game?
Yeah, I love this part here, though. I definitely want to touch on this, that they've been playing a version of the Most Dangerous game where they'll have one person, be the prey. And they hunt him down.
And then they eat him.
It's so good. I love that. It's just, gosh, Fallout players are just the best, aren't they?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
This big old pull quote: "The meal is more satisfying when they struggle."
I want to meet these people. They sound amazing. I love the fact that Todd Howard is like, we just want to see what people do, nuke each other, and then play that game.
Oh
boy.
So
Todd's boss will take him in one day and be like, do you realize what you've done?
The last line of this article from EAT's founder Chris Gall, he says, regarding the people who want to tear down this community, he says, we have names for those kinds of people. Neat.
Oh.
That's it for the news this week.
Wow.
Bender, is there any Gucci available this week?
Oh, we've got all kinds of ballistic bargains coming down the pipeline. So, as of May 14th, the Atomic Shop Patch 9 items and sales have been updated. You can get some free items this week. I know how you guys like free stuff. Rick especially, now that he has no money left because he spent it all on frivolous Atomic Shop items. You can, speaking of frivolous Atomic Shop items, you can get yourself a orange shag carpet, you guys, in the Atomic Shop for free this week.
I'm doing it tonight.
Yes, and you can also still claim a free Pioneer Scouts poster for a limited time only, as well as the personal terminal for your camp, which currently has no end date to it. I don't know if you guys have seen the poster. You probably both have it, but the orange shag carpet is only available until May 21st. The poster you can get until June 9th. So yeah, those are the free things. There are some limited time offers as well. The Final Horseman has arrived, which brings all kinds of terrible things to the wasteland. You can pick up the Pale Rider Power Armor skin this week in the Atomic Shop. This is a limited time offer, and so you can get that and add it to your Excavator Power Armor, or you can also get let's see here. That is available. The armor skin is available until May 21st, and then you can get Blood Raider Excavator Power Armor paint, which is also available till May 28th. There are some price reductions as well. Vault-Tec Combat Armor, Leather Armor, Slicked Metal Armor paint, all available for 600 atoms, marked down from 800. You can get the Vault-Tec Weapons Workbench for 700, and the Aviator Fat Man skin for 700 atoms. Sales. I love sales. We've got some sales as well. 2 thumbs up photo mode pose. You can pick that up for 125 atoms, although that's no longer available in the Atom Shop, so I should probably just skip over that and the other ones.
I was gonna get that.
What's today's date? The 17th?
Yeah.
So you may or may not still be able to get the West Virginia Neon Billboard for 350 atoms. That's only available till today. You can still get the Welcome Friends lit sign up until tomorrow. As well, the Country Wooden Door, only available till May 19th.
And that is fantastic.
The Garahan Mining Trucker Hat for 75 atoms, available till May 20th. And the Red Rocket Bed, which will be leaving the Atomic Shop May 21st. So make sure you get that. Now on to the best part. our new items. What have we got coming into the Atomic Shop this week?
I have to have it.
We have the conspiracy suit, you guys. Conspiracy suit. Shalene, you know how you love that tinfoil hat, right? Well, this is a full tinfoil suit, you guys. Full tinfoil suit, complete with duct tape and all kinds of things. It's wonderful. You can pick it up in the Atom Shop for 800 atoms.
You know what would make this so much better, though? If it reduced your ability to sneak.
Yeah.
Because it would, it's reflective. It would make a tinfoil noise.
Well, it's one or the other. Either you stand out like a beam of light, or you're super stealthy. With that suit, you can also get a backpack skin that has a shovel on it as well for 500 atoms, or the Mole Miner stash skin. You can also get a new Vault Tech armor workbench, which is available, and a skull mask, as well as a pickaxe paint set for your pickaxe for 500 atoms. Mole Miner camera paint, Red Rage male hairstyle, as well as a Razorhawk and Spikehawk for females. And then for males, you can get a Warhawk hairstyle. Those are relatively inexpensive, 250 atoms. And then you can also get a propped skull totem, Death Await skull totem, Brace skull totem, No Hope skull totem. I'm not sure what these actually do. Do they really serve a purpose, or are they just decorations?
They're just decorations.
Mm.
Yeah, for raiders or cannibals,
Yeah.
People that want to decorate with skulls.
Mm-hmm. Items that were added with the previous update but are still available for purchase include the Keep Out backpack skin, the Pioneer Scouts black powder rifle skin, the vending machine paint, well-traveled PipBoy paint, Pioneer Scouts lever action rifle skin, the wood grain camera skin, and the planetary globe light. That is all that we have in the Atomic Shop this week.
Cool.
Fantastic.
I partook of some of that.
Mm-hmm. So what did you guys get?
I'm
totally going to get that orange shag carpet. I mean, it's going to be great.
I think I may have to, I hope I don't have to purchase atoms to that, to get that tinfoil suit.
The tinfoil suit?
But that might be the thing to make me buy atoms.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's really good.
Nice. Well, we will see what happens, especially tonight when we boot up the game and play some. But let's talk a little bit about the game play that we've had in the past. That was a horrid segue. So I decided to play the game a lot, and I booted it up not realizing that 1.8.5 had dropped. And all of a sudden, I have, access to backpack skin. So I bought a backpack skin, not realizing you had to do a whole bunch of stuff to get a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Booted in, got the Scout poster, read it, and was like, okay, I'll go join the Scouts. Why not? I was in IRL, so I'll do this, Go up, and the first thing, and I'm sure you'll mention this, Shalene, was the voice acting for the Mr. Handy.
Yes.
It was very upsetting to you.
I was not okay with it.
Mm.
Yes, it was not Stephen Russell voicing that Mr. Handy, and I was not having it.
So I joined the Pioneer Scouts, and he's like, all right, off you go into the wild blue yonder and do your thing. So you have a bunch of quests to do, and ultimately you've got to do 4 things that are Scout-like behavior. And one of those things is res a downed fella, one of your friends, res a downed friend. The other one is earn 3 tadpole badges. And in this case, we do need our stinking badges. And then, what was the other? You had to do 2 other Pioneer Scout missions. And there were 2 other Pioneer Scouts that you have to go talk to. And those end up being repeatable daily quests that you can do. And so I did all those, and I was like, all right, time to look at the tadpole badges. And there you can earn tadpole badges for I feel like Forrest Gump saying tadpole badges because it's like the ping pong paddle balls thing. Anyway, so I look at some of the tadpole badge challenges, and it's like, was it cooking, hunting? And anyway, all these badges have a myriad of challenges to complete. Like the mammologist badge, you have to take a picture of almost every single mammal in the game and then pass a test and then kill a couple with certain types of weapons, and it's just so much to do in each of those. And some of the things you can't actually do yet because there's something called a Stimpack diffuser that isn't even in the game, but it's part of the challenge to get the badge.
Oh, jeez.
But you can't even get it right now. There's a couple like that. And then so I did 3 of those and got access to the possum badges, and that's even more challenges of multiple things to do to earn badges. And with these badges you can then buy different things at the vending machines, and they are pretty awesome. So it's definitely worth doing the challenges. But they are certainly, man, they are certainly a challenge. I spent hours just completing 3 of them. One of the things that I just sat down and did while I watched TV was I did all of the tests on the terminal, which there's like 20 per tier, and there's 2 tiers. So there's just a bunch of, tests where you have to answer 5 questions. They're randomly generated, and, some of them you actually have to know something about cooking or athletics or
math.
And so it was really fun. I ended up doing it all in like 40 minutes or whatever, but it's certainly, if you felt that Fallout 76 didn't have enough to do, this is something where it's like, okay, this surpasses levels. This surpasses what gear you have. This is, you have to go find a cat and take a picture of it.
And the thing is, Rick, you make a good point there, because they are now creating content that is what we expected. And it's funny because we're all like, it's so long. But it's like, that's what you want.
Yeah, and I'm not complaining at all. At first I was like, man, this is too difficult. But then this is what every game does that has an audience they're trying to retain, is create content that takes time to achieve. It's not something that you can just sit down in one night and knock out 3 of the things.
Yeah,
you sit down in one night and work towards 3 of the things.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed in the Discord that even Archon is
struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's taking him some time. He's making spreadsheets and stuff. So
he's got
Archon,
strings.
as we all know, he plays games on a different level than us normal folks.
Yeah.
And if he's struggling with it, then it's a thing.
Yeah.
Even some of the stuff I was like, hey man, did you do this or did you do that? He was like, no, I haven't even done that yet. And I was like, how am I ahead of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He is, to be fair, he is busy moving.
Yes, he is.
So that's probably part of it. But no excuse.
But so I did get my backpack, and I think level 30 is the highest it'll go. I forget. But it allows you to carry up to 60 extra pounds.
I need it.
So it's pretty rad.
I for one think the backpack is a fantastic thing.
Of course you do. You came up with it.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they added it. I hope that this is something that's ongoing, because I don't have any time to do it. So
yeah, it's not a time sensitive.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So I hope that that is a thing. And it would be cool to get some different skins, and watch, soon you'll be able to get little keychains that you can put on your backpack.
You certainly can get backpack skins. I mean, I bought a skin from the Atom shop before I realized you had to earn the flippin' backpack. And I found out that the standard backpack skin was better looking than the backpack skin I got.
So that's terrible. Is there one made of tinfoil?
Asking for a friend.
So the backpack skin that they're marketing with the tinfoil suit is the shovel backpack skin.
You know what I want to go with the tinfoil suit is like a Walmart bag, like just like a gross plastic bag, like tape wrapped around it.
A super duper bag.
Oh boy,
it would be so good. Yeah, super duper mart bag. It would be great.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty funny. And like you could it could double as a carry, but also a weapon.
Get to work on that, Bethesda.
Hit people with it, Stop stealing my lunch.
One Walmart bag.
Oh man.
So the other thing that I did when I was playing with Archon, he's like, hey, have you found the mysterious box yet?
What?
I said, no, I have not found the mysterious Vault Tech box yet. He's like, yeah, it's in Morgantown. So I ran around Morgantown for a while, and I found this box, and it's an orange and black stash box, and it says Vault-Tec on it, and you open it, and there's a holotape inside. It said automatic recorded message 000000001. You play it, and then somebody going, oh, yeah, he's breathing, heavily, and he goes, where am I? Oh, and he goes, wait, where was the other one? Tower Fork River, or Tower River Fork, or something like that. And that was the end of the holotape, and you're like, I must find it. And I looked around for a while. I went to I spent a lot of money traveling to places that had river, town, or fork in the name of the place. And that didn't yield any luck. So eventually I looked up on Reddit where the second location was, and I found the second location. I'm not going to spoil it unless anybody wants me to. But there's another holotape. And the guy says, I've walked around this world long enough to know this world's over. And he says, what does he say? He goes, he's like, thinking of all the souls it took, all the souls I took. I need to go unplug its metal brain. Tin Man said something about Reclamation Day. I'm heading north. And that's it. That no one has figured out anything else except for those two. And a lot of people think it's foreshadowing an upcoming DLC. If it's a foreshadow, it is
right.
Well, if it's foreshadowing, it's a very, very small Easter egg that has little to no information and little to no teasing, except for the name Tin Man.
Ben Yannick in the chat says it's for the Battle Royale mode coming.
I just thought it was
that's actually a rumor, a very credible rumor that's happening right now from
Battle
a data
Royale.
mark. Yeah, I was going to report on that, but I forgot to put it in.
No, but they promised no Battle Royale.
Yeah, they also promised cosmetic items only in the item shop.
Shh. Anyway, so
when you're right, you're right,
and you're always right. So yeah, that was a fun little exploration. I kind of explored a little more around the area, but didn't find anything. Whatever Tin Man is, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
My assumption, I thought about Liberty Prime when he's like, I've got to unplug its brain or something. Somehow they created this monster or something, and I don't know. So we'll see what it is. But Vault-Tec once again, surprisingly, is involved, and yeah. So that was a fun little mysterious jaunt through the park. Other than that, I've been really trying to focus on completing the Pioneer challenges because I want enough badges to buy everything from the vending machines. And the possum stuff, I can't remember what it is, but the possum stuff is better than the tadpole things. The one thing from the tadpole vending machine, which is a clean American flag on a pole.
Hey, that's cool.
I did get it. Yeah, it was fun. And I also rebuilt my home. I made it bigger, especially since you guys saw it last. It looks different from when you've seen it. Yes.
You'll have to have us over for a beer.
The entire place is a bar. And
the upstairs is a dance floor.
The upstairs has a pool table and a dartboard.
Yes.
Downstairs, there's a corner for musics. There's a bar. There's a vending machine in the house now where you can go purchase beer until they fix the punch bowl, because that's broken. As actually the old bar, you can see my old bar is in vendor screenshot there, and the punch bowl's on the bar there.
Here, let me.
That's right. Yeah.
See, they are hanging out the bar.
Oh, is that me being fabulous beside you?
Yeah, and vendors putting out the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, my bar's expanded now. My bedroom is no longer in the house; it's actually in my shed.
I like how you gave preference to the bar.
Yes,
priorities.
It looks great. It seats 8, but it can hold more. And so yeah, if you're ever on PC and you see my bar down in the south area near an unmapped lake, I guess you could say. But if you ever see my bar, Rick McVick's Camp, stop on by for a brew. Cheap prices too.
I hope that they eventually rename that lake to the TFS lake.
The TFS. We shall name it the TFS lake. A sign will be going up later this evening, and an inaugural ceremony will also be occurring. So join us.
Lake TFS.
Lake TFS.
Or lake that shall not be named.
Oh, Oh, that's good too.
So if the Bethesda
we should
is
probably
listening,
kill that though.
no. So anyway, so yeah, that's I love building like that kind of joint where people can kind of hang out digitally. It's weird.
Now, is it the new additions to the economy that kind of spurred this idea, or with the vending machines and things?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was the fact that they added the whole bar set where you could get the stools and the tables and the chairs and the bar itself with the mirrors and the punch bowl where you can put in free mixed drinks and things. Yeah. And I was doing that until it broke, and then I said, well, I need a way to distribute alcohols to my peoples. And I figured out a way to get the electrical cable through a window and then down the wall into my vending machine in my house. And so I left the doors unlocked to get into the house so anyone could go in there at any time and, buy some booze. And then if the host is in, I'll have some, if they fix it, if the host is in, I'll have some, ales in the punch bowl, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, Primus reference. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of cool. There's some memorabilia on the wall. I would like some more Adam Shop beer signs. Because there's only 2 right now.
Yeah.
So other than that,
well, this one here is awesome.
Yeah,
love it.
The Pickaxe Pilsner is nice too. But yeah, other than that, just kind of going around to areas I haven't been to yet, just doing the badges and challenges, and running out of caps from fast traveling everywhere. It's this weird choice. You guys know this. You either spend all your caps fast traveling or walking everywhere. You're going to run out of ammo and break your armor, and then, boop, I need ballistic fiber again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like there's never enough ballistic fiber to repair all of your armor.
See, that's why you got to live like me. Just run around naked, drunk all the time with no clothes, no ammo. It's great. You don't have to worry about a thing. No, not right now. No, in the game, Rick.
We've already done that. We've already done that bit, Rick.
Whew. Close one. So your gameplay's done.
Yes. Oh.
One more thing.
No. I was just gonna say, Internet Mom in the chat says we're making it sound so fun, but worry that I'm so far behind that I'll never catch up. It's one of those things where I feel like the content isn't You're never gonna feel too far behind because it's not story-based content at this point. So
well, the trouble with it is that a lot of the things that you got to do together. And so even if you wanted to try and catch up, you need somebody to Sherpa you through, or find somebody who hasn't done it yet.
I think you can make it through everything solo. It's not necessarily as easy, but if you prepare, you can make it through pretty much anything solo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a ton of work to do. I haven't played much of Fallout. I did play a little bit last weekend with you guys, which was a lot of fun. We actually killed a sheep squatch, which was a grand old time. The sheep squatch is not as scary as I thought it would be. I don't know what you guys thought about it.
I thoroughly thought the sheep.
I know it's hard to say, right?
The sheep squatch was sheep the imposter event, and I thought it was just the whole thing where it's like, oh, it ended up not being real, and then lo and behold, it was real.
It was a real thing. Yeah, it was a good time. I didn't really actually play a lot of the actual scout challenges or do any of the side quests. I just wasn't feeling it. So I just kind of tagged along, which was a lot of fun as well. So yeah, I didn't have too much gameplay though. That's really all that I did. Whatever you guys did, I did. So Shalene?
Well, let's see. We haven't done a show since I moved my camp, have we?
No. We did a stream, but that was it.
Right. So I moved my camp. I had the little tiny house next to the White Spring that Archon and Jess had made for me.
Yeah.
But I moved to the lake with the guys. So at our lake, we have all of the buildable space there occupied.
Yep.
Between the 3 of us. Yeah. And
it's a gated community.
Great. I went to visit Rick and Vendor, and we were taking some nice pictures in our Easter finery. I was wearing a lovely frock and the floral Easter bonnet. It was very nice, and we were taking pictures.
Yeah.
And these guys just went into real estate mode. They were like, "Let me show you this plot of land."
Yeah, it was great. Rick was like, I was trying to distract Shalene, like, oh, look at this beautiful lake, as Rick was like spray painting the grass green.
I was scouting for where you could build.
It really felt like being on an HGTV show.
Yeah.
And they were
that
just
house.
showing me like, look, you can build it here, or you could build it just a little bit to the left. And look, there's a waterfall here. You'll hear the soothing sounds of nature. And
So
it totally was that. Yeah.
you remember that show where they're like, move that bus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Have you ever seen the GIF where they did that whole like, you know, move that bus thing, and they showed the bus moving, but they like Photoshop in a house on fire? And then it flips back to the family. They're all crying because they're happy, but they're all like crying. And the host is like, all smiles. It's just the funniest thing.
Oh, that's
real
good.
quick.
that's incredible.
Someone told me to check the Discord and chat, so I did. And somebody, when I was online, visited my bar and took pictures of the inside and posted it on Discord just now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's in the
pretty
Fallout
cool.
in the Fallout channel.
Fallout 76, yeah.
I give this bar 1 star out of 5.
Oh, did they? I thought it said 5 stars. I'm not happy
man.
now.
I wonder, do you serve food? Can I like skip the dishes?
Yeah,
and,
can
like,
we get some pretzels?
Yeah.
1 star out of 5.
Well, you know these Yelp reviewers, Rick. It's yeah.
He came when it was closed. All the lights were off.
I like when the lights are off, but that's just my type of bar.
Oh, and the tan wood now is dark wood. Flooring.
Oh, yeah, flooring. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they sold me on this plot of land on the lakeside, and I decided to go ahead and move with the guys. And they helped me build my house back. It's better than ever. It is now 4 squares instead of just 2 squares. So,
It's a real upgrade.
yes, it's twice as big as the old house.
Yeah, she's locked in a 40-year
4
mortgage
square
as well.
Yes, it's so cute, my little house. And I've got a little campfire out front, a little bed, a little piano. I have a little porch out back with all my workbenches on it. It's great. I love it. I have Bob the Turret, and Bob the Turret was inadequate to the job of protecting my house.
Oh,
So yeah, we had to build Greg the Turret nearby.
Bob and Greg. Okay.
Yes, Bob and Greg protecting my home. And then I found a 3rd turret in a bush.
And 3rd turret.
So
Oh, that's the one that I put there. It was strategic.
okay.
It was meant
I
to
knew
not
one of
like
you guys had to put it there because
What?
it was hidden in a bush.
Yeah, well, I put it there because I didn't want to detract from the natural beauty that is your house. And so, you know, how people like will plug something into a wall and then put like a vase in front of the outlet to kind of
Yeah, block you from actually using the outlet.
Well, that was great.
It's
Hey,
just
Rick.
another turret in the bush. In the bush.
So yeah, my little new house is great, and it's just down a bit from where Rick and Vendor live. We've now locked in the entire lakeside. The homeowners association is under our control.
it's absolutely wonderful. If I want to send like if you need an egg, all I need to do is just load it in a Fat Man and like boom, just like yeah,
Yeah, it's
awesome.
a really cute little house, though. And I like being neighbors with you guys. It's really fun. It is sad, though, if one of us logs off and then their house just disappears. It's a little sad. I wish we could have a persistent home there.
I gotta say though, it's really nice because our gameplay style before when we would play together is that we would try to decide whose house to go to.
Yes.
And now that we're all in the same cul-de-sac, you know, we can go do our own thing at our own house and then be like, okay, I'll meet you at Rick's or whatever, and we'll just like swim across the radiated lake to Rick's place, and it's nice. Yeah,
it is. I really like it. I am so behind on this new content. I've done a little bit of the sheep squatch questing. I haven't finished all of those quests. Rick and I did them together I've never done the imposter sheep squatch thing. I don't think we ever.
Yeah, we did.
that.
We all three
We
of us did it by accident. One time we showed up with all those
That's
like weird
right.
electric pillars.
I
We're
had,
like, what
I
is
had
going
like no
on?
gun.
Well, yeah, that's the
that
end.
was bad.
But I don't think I have completed the sheep squatch questing. I've found the camera, but we haven't really done any of the pictures. And yeah, I've barely started the Boy Scout stuff, so I'm way behind. I feel like I'm never gonna catch up. So last night I decided to pick up my Xbox character because I'd been neglecting her for months. I'd only been playing Gym Justice on the PC. And I thought I'm going to check out my Xbox character and see what she's doing. And I booted her up and I remembered, oh yeah, I was supposed to go to the Wendigo Cave.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was back when we did the Wendigo Cave challenge and I didn't go. So I thought, I need to go to the Wendigo Cave. So I got my black powder rifle and I got my ski sword and I went to the Wendigo Cave. And at the doorway to the Wendigo Cave was a level 42 glowing diseased Wendigo. My Xbox character is level 25.
Oh.
She was real scared, but she eventually came out triumphant. It was rough. It took about 12 stim packs to get through that little scrap. It was tough. I thought I was not going to make it. And I thought this guy was just the doorman. What am I going to find in this cave? Right. So I did sneak into the cave. I was so scared, you guys. I was so scared. And it actually wasn't that bad. It was a very spooky cave, but most of the ghouls inside were level 9. So that was not a problem.
Not bad.
That black powder rifle is really fun, man. It makes a good noise when you shoot it off. It's just,
oh, it's so good.
Really good black powder rifle.
Yeah, I love it.
I have a high strength character. My Xbox, she's high strength as well because I'm a hoarder. But I'm trying to avoid the fisticuffs on her so that I can actually use some of the cool weapons.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's been fun. And the Wendigo in the back of the cave was only level 30. So it was challenging, but not excessively so. I was still terrified the whole time. It was a very creepy story. The lore behind that guy was just, it was horrible. It was just horrible. And I felt like that was really appropriate to have alongside the story with the cannibals today.
Oh yeah.
It seemed really appropriate.
When you killed the Wendigo, did its head fall off and then explode and reveal your face as the Wendigo?
What?
This is some kind of reference that I'm not understanding.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I could have went with another one and say, because you said it wasn't that bad in the cave, and I would have said, well, did it turn out that you were the monster at the end of the cave?
Yeah. But it wasn't that bad.
We're just gonna walk around that homeless man being Rick's joke.
You know that gif of Homer like backing into the hedge? That anyways.
But yeah, I did have a good time doing that. And I decided to also make myself some excavator power armor. So I went there with a shotgun and my ski sword, and that parking lot was full of like level 35 ghouls. So I chucked a grenade up and blew one of the cars up and just blew up everything. It was glorious. And I'm just laughing at the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I had success in there. There were some pretty high level stuff in there, but I was good. I got through there. I made about half of the armor before I ran out of screws, and yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night. So
I love the ski sword.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of shot ski?
No.
I think it's a Canadian thing. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but we have this thing here. It's pretty common in a lot of the bars where they have a ski, and somebody's drilled out holes in the ski and put shot glasses in the ski.
Oh,
This sounds remarkably Canadian.
And then everybody takes a shot from the shot ski and they all tip it at the same time. And it's this big group effort. Yeah. Anyways.
that sounds
shot
like
ski.
you need more friends than I have.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
normally I just do the shot ski by myself. So it's messy and it's just bad. And yeah. Can you just put that in one glass, please? That'd be great. But
I would be more in line with like a shot roller skate. Something like
For all we know, Shalene's at like the local watering hole with that boot that you have to drink out of a certain way or else it
Yeah,
splashes it and she
yeah,
just
yeah.
downs the whole
the
thing.
boot that everybody in New Mexico has tried at least once.
And at the end of
in
it, she
salt
smashes
water.
it on her forehead and she's just like,
we
"Argh!"
actually don't have a local watering hole where I live.
What?
That's probably a good
Yeah.
thing.
There was a bar here when I was a kid, and they closed it down. And a bunch of church ladies, including my grandmother, put up a sign that said, "Alcohol, the road to ruin." And then
There's a picture about that, isn't there? With the
somebody reopened the bar, and he thought it was funny, so he left the sign up and called the bar "The Road to Ruin."
Oh,
Nice.
that's brilliant.
Yes, but then he actually committed suicide, which was
Oh.
Why
very
is everything?
It's terrible.
It was tragic.
Why does
and,
Every you
people
still-
would ask. I worked at the grocery store where my best friend's grandma worked, right? And she's like church lady to the max, right? And people would come in, they would be like, where can you get a beer around here? And like, what happened to this bar? And she would be like, he killed himself. That's what alcohol does.
Oh my god.
She's like, poor people. Sweetest little old lady, just saying this horrible thing.
Yeah.
Why is it
Ugh.
that every story that you tell us from there always ends up with someone dying?
Or
some
some sort of bad thing
horrible
in a
thing.
ditch
They're
or
like,
field.
This lovely family like took their kids out all the time to picnics and it
Yeah.
was wonderful and they did it
And
for
one
years.
of them got eaten
They
by
were
a-
never seen again.
Yeah.
We're just like,
Nice.
what?
New Mexico. It's I can't help it. I can't help it.
It's
I
just
would never live anywhere else. I love it here.
it's like
But
you make
crazy place.
I love your stories. Oh man, it's so good. I just want to I want to buy $1 million home down there for like $100,000. Because the homes that you showed me literally are $1 million here. It like
Yeah.
housing prices here are ridiculous, and you can
Yeah.
just get something so nice. Anyways,
You know
we should-
what? We have so much space here is the thing. Like I have my house and a whole entire extra lot.
yeah,
And in where you live, this very small house would have cost a lot more.
yeah.
So that was HGTV for this week.
Yeah.
That sure it's really challenging getting through these podcasts.
Oh, it's because we just love to talk. We really should do like a TFS unplugged or a Game Stack unplugged where we don't actually talk about anything game related and we
third
just
podcast.
yeah. Anyways, planning the show on the show, such a challenge.
I know, it is tough. And speaking of challenges, last time we did a show, I said that people should make a tourist trap and send us pictures. And guess what? A few of you did. So
Hey.
let's go ahead and take a look at the submissions for this challenge. We have, and I forgot the names of them, this fella right here. Co-op in crime. Yes. Just in time for the holidays this Easter. This Easter, come to Flatwoods to see the world's tallest Deathclaw Easter egg tower, and she's got this massive, tall tower of Easter eggs sitting on top of each other, and this
That's
nice
great.
West Virginia postcard.
It kind of looks like they're balancing the eggs on their head,
It does.
which is also clever. Yeah, like that. It's good.
The next one is from JRex 1986 on Twitter. Says, introducing Theodore Fosnut Spectacular Challenge House, where I challenge you to try and not be amazed. That's all we know. So if you find JRex on the games, go check it out. Maybe you won't die. Maybe you will. I don't know what kind of tourist trap this one is.
His house is really, or his outfit is really fabulous as well.
That's what
It
makes me
looks like-
nervous.
yeah,
Like when
it's really good.
Like when P.T. Barnum shows up with a house in the apocalypse with a Mothman statue and he says, "Welcome, welcome, you'll enjoy yourself." I'm subject to question. And then we have Mayost says, had this up 2 weeks ago but messed up the hashtag. And it... Oh, it's the billboard.
Yeah, we're still getting posts of the billboard.
Oh, I love that.
Keep putting them up.
Oh yeah, keep them
these
coming.
Fallout show billboards.
There we go.
Yeah, they're the best. We also accept GameStack billboards in the Fallout universe. So
I will retweet those for all eternity.
They truly are great. I'm gonna send you guys a scrapbook of all of them.
Next up is Panagrulia. I present to you Camp Lapin.
I love this.
I present
don't know
to you
where
Camp
it is, but I love
Pin, where you can have your photo taken with the Tower of Bun, the tallest bun stack in Appalachia. Marvel at our mini rabbit dioramas and enjoy a bowl of delicious carrot soup.
That's pretty great. It's a
Bun.
huge tower of the stuffed bunnies.
It is pretty cool. Last but not least is Unlooted Vault. If you're stopping by the Flatwoods area, come see the world's largest bottle of Nuka Cherry. Don't forget to stop by the gift shop. And he's built a replica house shaped like a Nuka Cherry bottle.
I love it, but for me, it looks like a greenery.
Well, it's not like he has round pieces to work with.
I know, it's great. I like it. But it looks more like a greenery for me.
I liked it. I thought it was clever.
Yeah.
But see, this is why this one I think is perfect, because if you go to small rural areas where they're like, look, we've got the world's tallest, I don't know, phallus, and it's like a silo, and you're like, well, it's clearly a silo that's just a silo, but they stuck a sign out in front of it because it's like all they had. So if all you have is square pieces, you're like, look, it's a soda bottle. It's ingenuity at its finest with what you have, you know?
Oh man. Yeah, we've got a lot of really weird tourist traps where I live. We have this massive Easter egg because we are predominantly a Ukrainian province. We also have the town of Vulcan, which is famous, and yeah, live long and prosper, and everything in the town is like Star Trek. It's crazy. Yeah. We also have the town of Balsac, but we don't really we don't go there. So yeah, but it's actually called that. Yeah.
It's cool. And in Pennsylvania, we have Blue Ball, Pennsylvania. We have Intercourse, Pennsylvania, and we have Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
They're all very much Amish communities. So I'm just saying they're brilliant comedians and we had no idea.
That's wonderful.
Anyway.
Oh man.
Next week, this week, right now, is
anytime you want, really, actually.
We're doing the HGTV challenge. So channel your inner Paige Davis and remodel your house and send us screenshots of that at hashtag TFS challenge on Twitter. It's the only way we're going to notice if you do any of these challenges. So please, hashtag TFS challenge on Twitter and HGTV remodel of your home. I don't think we've ever done one in this.
Woo. Sorry, that was my cell phone hitting the floor.
Doing a show here, Vendor?
I apologize.
Yeah.
No, remodel your house. And it doesn't have to be like tear it down and build a new one. Like you could just change the front or like add a balcony or
something.
Yeah. Or you could tear it down and build a new one if you want. Move that bus. Move that Deathclaw.
So yeah. All right. And we also weirdly had a PipBoy submission.
we had a PipBoy challenge.
A PipBoard submission. At Dirty Llama submitted a Nuka Trapper score of 34,400, but Archon is still the king with his score of 57,950.
Wow.
So
good try, Dirty Llama. Do better next time.
Ow.
That's pretty good though. 34,000.
That's far better than I could do.
I don't think I could even get to like 3,400. But
I don't think I could either.
I struggled with Nuka Tapper. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
Is that the one where you like send the Nuka bottles down the lane to the thirsty patrons?
Yeah, I mean, is it Nuka or is it beer? It looks like a bar. Like
it's Fallout.
I guess it's Nuka because it's called Nuka Tapper, literally called.
Well, whatever it is, I'm sure there's a whole lore piece about it.
Hey Rick, is there some lore?
There is. We have more lore.
In store?
In store for
On the floor.
you four? Anyway.
Just like days of yore.
So anyway, last show we talked about Fallout 1 and the story, and we're going through the series where we're covering we're talking about the stories of the Fallout games, just as an overview of if you didn't get to play it like me, or just kind of a recap. So this is all about Fallout 2. And side note, Shalene did all of this. We got to say thank you to Shalene here for compiling these notes.
Indeed.
And in me saying that means I have no idea what these hold, so...
Hey, it's been 2 weeks. I have no idea what they hold either.
You can rest assured that whatever it is, it will be well written.
And butchered. So, the sequel to the original Fallout was released by Black Isle Studios on September 30th, 1998, which was a long time ago. 20 years ago, in fact. That's pretty cool. Like its predecessor, Fallout 2 is an isometric turn-based RPG. The game employed the franchise's signature special system for character creation, which determines the skills and perks of said character. The base values of the 18 skills in the game are determined by the special, but each level the character is awarded skill points that they can distribute however they wish. Skills can also be improved via training or skill books. It is kind of cool to see how much of those games they did keep moving through the years.
Yeah. So what kind of skills?
Small guns, big guns, energy weapon, unarmed, melee weapons, throwing weapons, first aid, doctor sneak, lockpick, stealing, thievery, traps, science, repair, speech, barter, gambling, and outdoorsman. The gambling one's interesting. I guess that took place of like luck or something. No, luck's in special, but that's an interesting
luck
trait.
would have affected gambling, I'm sure.
Oh, of course. That's interesting that they have that in there.
Huh.
Yeah. So the game also has traits and perks that can be chosen. Perks are beneficial and traits offer a benefit at a price. The more systems, items, and weapons... there are more systems, items, and weapons than the first game, and the gameplay is somewhat more sophisticated, which means I can't beat anything in it. The NPC companions are more complex, and the player has a higher level of control over them. If you remember in the first one, all you could do was like swap out, I think, their armor. No, their gun, and I think their armor. But you couldn't do anything else.
Right.
The tone of the game is different as well, bringing in themes of drugs and prostitution. It's also Shalene's favorite game for some reason. The game has a less serious tone than the first Fallout. And I think this is where we start really seeing the comedy of Fallout shine.
Yeah,
where they kind of find the voice and the tonality of the games, and they're like, all right, we're going to run with this ball. And then
it's very divisive entry in the series because some people loved the silliness and some people wanted it to be more serious in tone.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think they went with the best route. I mean, time has told us that is to be true. But the Fallout universe is inherently very, very dark. And even I would argue it's more dark than most games of this genre, in my opinion. That you have to offset it with a bit of comedy. I don't think you could play a game as long as people put into Fallout without having a break. I mean, could you imagine playing in Metro for 600 hours? Like it would be, you would just, by the end of it, you're like, I actually kind of want to jump off a bridge because there's just so much death and darkness and small spaces, and it's heavy.
Can I derail the podcast real quick?
Well, why not? We've never done it before.
So JRex1986 posted in the Discord what is in the Theodore Foshnosht Spectacular Challenge House. So we've got the most dangerous substance that has incapacitated kings and warriors. It's a bag of spoiled Brahmin milk. And we have the workbench that George Washington used to make weapons for the American Revolution. The world's largest PipBoy bobblehead. Ancient Greek sculptures. And the magical stash box, it holds different items for each person who opens it. Mozart's very first piano and Elvis Presley's favorite guitar.
I love that.
I want to open the stash box. I feel like that will define who my character is.
Yeah, I just that was worth.
Like if I open it and there's nothing but a plastic fork, that's it. I'm just gonna eat everything from now on.
Using your fork?
Yes. That will be my destiny.
My density.
I'm done.
My density. Anyways, back to the lore.
So here's a synopsis of the story, but we're leaving out parts of it where you can join the mafia, star in a dirty movie, and find a kid making jet out of Brahmin flatulence.
Huh.
Yeah, the story is really, there's a lot more to it. This is a very, very bare bones overview of the story.
And that's fine. That's all we're doing here. So from the last episode, you hear that the Vault Dweller, the hero of Fallout, was rewarded for his triumph by being exiled from the Vault. They traveled north and founded a village called Arroyo in what used to be Oregon, and wrote his memoirs, and decades is past. Decades.
Good job, past Shalene.
We're making jokes of things you can't see, guys. Anyway, the New California Republic
That's how you spell it.
The New California Republic has begun to spread northward, and the Enclave has emerged with technology that surpasses even that of the Brotherhood of Steel. I love how this is the one where you really start to see a lot of these, storylines and lore pieces, whatever you want to call it, that play heavily in the rest of the Fallouts. I like you're just seeing the birth of it here. The NCR has begun to spread. So anyway, the highly addictive new drug Jet has spread across the wastes, largely supplied by New Reno and ending up in Shalene's pockets. In 2241, Arroyo suffers the worst drought on record. It must have been a really bad stout. In response to the situation, the village elder asks the protagonist, who's a direct descendant of the Vault Dweller from Fallout 1, was seeking out the Garden of Eden creation kit, i.e. the Gek, for Arroyo. A Gek can turn the most arid wasteland into a thriving agriculturally viable community, i.e. Kansas. After passing a trial, the protagonist, known as the Chosen One, is given their ancestors' vault suit, which is a bit ragged, a PipBoy 2000, a spear, and a Vault 13 canteen, and a bit of currency. To cap it all off, the Chosen One travels to Vault 13, where he finds the vault largely empty of humans, instead inhabited by intelligent Deathclaws. One of these Deathclaws, Gorus, son of Gruthar, is an albino and a possible companion. He travels cloaked and dramatically flings his cloak off before engaging in combat. I like the fact
part of Fallout 2. It's so good.
I like the fact that he would have a tail sticking out of his cloak. Upon returning to Arroyo, the citizens have been captured by the Enclave, revealed to be remnants of the United States government. The Chosen One uses an old oil tanker autopilot system to reach the Enclave base, located on an offshore rig. Cool. Once there, the player learns that the Vault 13 dwellers were captured alongside the tribesmen of Arroyo and are being used as test subjects for the forced evolutionary virus, otherwise known as the FEV. The Enclave modified the FEV to make it airborne, infecting anyone with mutated DNA, everyone who isn't the Enclave, that is. The player rescues the villagers and the dwellers and destroys the oil rig, killing President Dick Richardson. Dick, and genetically modified Secret Service agent Frank Horrigan. The dwellers use the Gek and live happily ever after.
Now, was this the first appearance of the Gek?
I think so. No, there was a Gek in Fallout 1. You couldn't use it, but there was a city, I think, in Fallout 1 that had used their Gek.
Interesting.
So that's it. I love Dick Richardson.
So good.
That's great. Thanks for sharing. And,
thank you, Shalene, for summarizing it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Gorus.
Do we have a weapon of the week this week? Can we get the drum roll, please?
We do. The weapon of the week is the war drum. This slow but devastating melee weapon is comprised of a metal barrel mounted on a pole. There's a ring of spiked tin cans attached to the rim of said barrel, and the weapon makes a drum-like sound when you strike an enemy. Boom. The war drum appears only in Fallout 76. It can be crafted using level 4 of the makeshift warrior perk, along with some aluminum, leather, screws, steel, and tin cans. And a war drum can reliably be found on the second story of the top of the world.
Okay, so I have the war drum. Do you guys have the war drum?
Nope.
I love the war drum.
I like it, but it is nowhere near as effective as the death tambo.
Death tambo rules all.
It's definitely fun. I find actually it's a little bit big in that it kind of like blocks my view. Like it takes up a large part of the screen. But I do enjoy it. It was very fun when I discovered it for the first time.
I do also want to point out, too, before we move on to our emails, the subject of our lore this week, Arroyo. I want to also promote Project Arroyo again. It's a bunch of cats making, well, not cats, but it's a bunch of fellas and gals making Fallout 2 in Fallout 4's engine. So I just remember them talking about how are we going to make Goris sound because he didn't have a voice. So
I believe we have some snail mail this week as well.
Do. Yeah.
Shalene, do you want to roll through that first?
I do. So first we got this letter from the mayor of Shady Sands. Dear Shalene, Vendertron, and Rick, I thank you all for your thoughtful, humorous, and entertaining podcasts. I have played Fallout since Fallout 1 came out and have often yearned for a community of Fallout enthusiasts. Listening to your podcasts every fortnight helps me enjoy Fallout even more, and I get to belong to a group of like-minded, sardonic, dystopian game players. I seem to remember a similar podcast from a few years ago, but the name escapes me now. Maybe it was in a dream where I took a boat up the Chesapeake Bay and someone operated on my brain. So that's a pretty great Point Lookout reference there. Pardon me for dating myself in a moment, but I want to explain why I think Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 are great games, even if their user interface does not rise up to contemporary standards. My first computer gaming experience was with the old text adventure, Colossal Cave. I then graduated to the improved text adventures of the Zork family. I so painfully wanted those games to be graphical adventures and felt unfulfilled for many years. Fallout 1 gave me the experience that I truly wanted, a well-written, immersive story that came with really good graphics for the 1990s. Fallout 2 carried on those same concepts. I also enjoyed games like Wolfenstein and Doom, but I felt then and now that Fallout's storyline is much more complete and in-depth. The later Fallout games took advantage of emerging technology while keeping the tradition of strong storytelling. Yes, each Fallout iteration comes with some glitches, but they are all far superior to the old text adventures. I will never get so fed up with the bugs in the game that I stop playing. The fun always outweighs the frustration. I usually listen to your podcasts while I am running, but then go to Twitter to look at the somewhat weekly challenges. Keep up the good work. Your friendly listener, Tom. So thank you, Tom, for that letter. Something that reminded me of something that I wanted to say regarding storytelling in Fallout 76. I've played the story all out of order in Fallout 76. Jim Justice. Jim Justice has played a bunch of the later story stuff, but none of the early story stuff. And on my Xbox character, I've played the early story stuff, and it makes sense, even playing it all out of order, which is really some triumphant writing, in my opinion. So you can play it that way, and it still works. So.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Fallout, that is absolutely the strength of the ISOs as well, is their storytelling. The writing in those games is just really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
So thank you for writing in, Tom. And we also got some postcards, and I love them.
Postcards?
Yes. I'm going to hold them up so the video folks can see them. We don't know who these are from because they were not signed. But this one says, Shalene, all the cool kids are hanging out with Flatsy. How about you? And you can see here, this is from the Flatwoods Museum, the Flatwoods Monster Museum.
Wow,
Nice.
that's fantastic.
Really good.
That's super cool.
And this one shows the New River Gorge Bridge.
No.
And it says, Rick, take a jump off this in your power armor.
I've driven across it in real life.
Wow. You guys are so worldly.
And then
Yes,
we
West
have
Virginia's
this
worldly.
one, also from the Flatwoods Monster Museum. And it says, Vendor, having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. Love, Flatsy. So yours, Vendor, was actually sent by the Flatwoods Monster.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I like
Really
it.
great. So I will forward yours on in the mail now that we've shown them on the podcast.
Oh,
But
that's exciting.
I'll send y'all yours, which was like some terrible grammar. I'm sorry. But yeah, thanks for sending those in. I really like them. And if anybody else wants to send postcards, you can send those to P.O. Box 396, Corona, New Mexico, 88318.
Yep, you can take a bite out of crime. Vendor, do you want to take the first email?
Oh, shoy. This email comes to us from Frankie, and they say, longtime listener, first time emailer. I came to podcasts in a lonely time in my life, being a career for my then housebound dad, and without a car daily, I had to make long mile trips out and about outside for groceries and etc., regardless of the weather. They were long, lonely walks that took up most of my day. Suffering from health issues myself, my only respite at the end of the day was sitting down and playing immersive video games while my dad watched. So games like Dragon Age, GTA, Saints Row, Halo, and of course Skyrim and Fallout were among some of my favorites. When I heard Fallout 4 was coming out, I binge Googled any information online I could. It was then when I came across podcasts, which of course was that show that shall not be named. I think it was in the early episodes, I suddenly discovered on my long walks, I was no longer alone, and I actually enjoyed them. Hearing the tales of Forrest Gump and Shalene's amazing quest to get all of the trophies, Rick killing all the cats and doggos, and enjoying the hype up to the Fallout 4 with you both. Then suddenly it ended, and I was sad, but understood you must have had your reasons, and was thankful for not only being introduced to podcast as a medium to help me make my commutes less lonely, but also for the work and the time that you put in them. So thanks to you guys, thanks to you guys, I now know so much more lore. One majestic day I came across your Twitter and saw Katie Radio was a thing. We had lost Rick, but gained Vendor, who I remembered from that show that shall not be named, and seemed just as spiffing in voice than he did as a listener once again. I felt like old friends had returned with me on the tasks, but alas, that also went. And as they say, third time's the charm. And now not only do we have the whole gang back together, the band, we're putting the band back together, but two amazing podcasts. Since I started listening 4 years ago, I've been less lonely as my dad can now leave the house in a wheelchair, and we both enjoy listening to you three when we are out in the coffee shops or just even at home. So thank you so much for not only keeping me company and continuing to do so, but also for introducing me to podcasts. I couldn't thank you enough. So yours truly, Frankie. And they also say, P.S. Sorry for the long email and bad grammar. Please don't hate me. Whoever has the unfortunate time reading this. So I think I made it through just fine. And I love to hear stories like that. Those are the most inspiring and
Guys,
empowering.
I'm tearing up over here.
Yeah, that's great. We I think I speak while Shalene gathers herself and applies some more of her Game of Thrones makeup. I think I speak for us all when I say that we are overjoyed to hear that you enjoy all of the shows and you've been with us on the journey, and also that your father is in better health. So yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
That's great. I love it. What do we got next? Raptor?
I'll take the last email here. I'm going to title this email "The Fall of the House of Usher." So Raptor here, and I want to tell you a story of the fall of my spouse into the world of Fallout. My partner hadn't played a Fallout game until we got together 4 or 5 years ago, right around when Fallout 4 came out. After watching me have a good time and coming back to it time and time again, he finally started playing a lot last year. Now they've graduated college this fall and have intensified even more. It's funny the priorities we have when we're done college and school. Games. I love listening to Stevie's story and then making me rush to come over and look what happened. My favorite recently was when they asked me to help them figure out a mystery noise in Sanctuary. Lots of clanging and mooing. I told them to run to the street, and sure enough, Trash Can Carla's Brahmin somehow got stuck on the roof and was crying out in desperation. What inspired me to write this email now is what I'm witnessing with my own two eyes while I write this. Stevie kept getting nuked, so I offered to help them out. I pulled out the sniper rifle, scoped in, and took the raider out. You can do that? 30 minutes later, they're still sniping. They've had this rifle in the inventory for months, but never used the scope. It sounds like one of our hosts. I love them and the joy that Fallout and all this wackiness gives them. Stevie romanced McDreamy, by the way. I'm not jealous.
Oh, I love it.
Dreamy though, he is.
Yeah, I want in my Fallout 4 gameplay, I romanced Preston Garvey, and now he wakes up in my bed all the time, and he's always like, "Hey, babe." He'll be like, I'll walk around the corner, and he'll be like hiding in the corn, and he'll be like, "Hey, babe." It's so creepy.
Am I the only one of us that romanced a female?
I didn't mean to romance Preston Garvey. I just wanted to get him to stop talking.
But Vendor, that's romance.
I know, but I thought that if I ended the end of the dialogue
in a box.
Put him in the suit from the quest. The quest with the clean house. At the end of it, you get the nice. Put him in that suit and some sunglasses. He looks really nice.
Okay, I'll do that.
I romanced Dance, so I didn't even romance a human technically. So
I should have romanced Codsworth.
No, I did. I romanced the Irish chick.
Kate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I just love that people are writing in and sharing their personal stories. I think those are so powerful, and it's really cool to see how big this community has grown, and how people kind of why is that funny?
No, internet mom in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
We're not going to say that on the air, but
anyway,
anyway.
Embarrassing us.
Wow. I'm trying to be all sentimental here.
Do the thing, Vendor.
Yeah, no, it's too late now. You guys are special. We're special. That's how it works. Good job.
I didn't mean to. She broke me.
It's good. I mean, as long as everybody's consenting.
We'll just leave it at that.
Do we have any closing remarks?
Listen to Game Stack with our E3 predictions episode coming up soon, so send us your predictions, hopes, and dweems, because they'll probably be shattered when the game comes out because they don't look like the trailers. There are also some new Let's Play archives up on the YouTube channel, so check those out as well. You can tweet at us at That Fallout Show. You can tweet at the channel at We Just Love Games. You can tweet at me at Rick McVick, and Shalene at Shalene L, and Vendortron at Vendortron with 2 N's. You can check us out on Facebook, which is facebook.com/groups/thatfalloutshow and also /thatfalloutshow. You can also follow our channel on Facebook with facebook.com/groups/we-just-love-games and /we-just-love-games. You can email us at info@we-just-love-games.com. Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/we-just-love-games. You can find our show on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. You can leave us a review on iTunes if you would like. And if it's a 5-star review with some texty texts, we will shout you out at the beginning of the show like we did our lovely 5-star reviewers. This episode we record live every Friday at 6:30 Mountain Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mountain Time, on twitch.tv/we-just-love-games. Thank you so much for listening. Shalene, do you have a last word?
Outstanding.